welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lexi, and today I am so excited to be sharing with you guys some ideas for entertaining at home, specifically for the 4th of July. And this is so much fun for me because this is my very first holiday in my own apartment here in Dallas, Texas. So I have so many great ideas for flower arrangements like the one I have behind me, as well as some snacks to have if you're hosting a party or to bring them along with you wherever you are going to spend the holiday. But I'm just really eager to share them. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So first in this video, we are going to be making some 4th of July salsa. This one is really fun and it is a fruity salsa, which is something that I have not had before this one, but it is really super delicious and I'm excited to share the recipe with you guys and show you how to do it. So let's get started on our first recipe. So here are all of the ingredients you will need to make this 4th of July fruit salsa. And all of mine are fresh from Tom Thumb, which is my local grocery store here in Dallas. I have these homemade tortilla chips, strawberries, blueberries, jicama, cilantro, and red onion. And the jicama is the only thing I am not very familiar with, and I will have to peel and dice, which I will also show you how to do, but here's everything that you will need. So we'll get started by moving everything out of the way and peeling and slicing our jicama. So I had to watch another YouTube video to learn how to do this, but all you will need to do is cut off the end. And then as you can see, the skin starts to come off quite easily. So honestly, I thought it was going to be a bigger deal than this, but it's really not. And they said if you do start to struggle with peeling it, you can always just cut in another spot. But this will need to be completely peeled and diced, so make sure you get all the skin off first before you start dicing it, or else it'll probably be a bit messier of a project. So now that we have all the skin off, you just want to start cutting it by making a flat edge on one side. So you can just cut it into slices, and for this recipe it does need to be diced. So once it is all in slices, it will be much easier to do that. Now that it's all in slices, we can start dicing it. So since I have like the little pieces of already diced red onion, I'm going to try to make them around that size. And since it is a salsa, so it's not so chunky, I am also going to do it this way. Okay, so that looks pretty good, so I'm just going to move it out of the way. And now we can start cutting our strawberries. And again, with the strawberries, you really want to cut them down so everything is like relatively the same size. And this is a good one to make for a party beforehand, just because the whole thing tastes better if it is mixed together further in advance than like the day of. Okay, so now that everything is pretty much all cut up, we can start putting it in the bowl together. Now that we have all of our ingredients in, we are going to add some lime juice. This is a juice of 1 lime, and this is all I had, but I think that should be plenty, what I just put on there. So again, just kind of like estimating it that first amount. None of this whole recipe is too serious, which are the recipes I like. But now we are going to mix it around, being super careful of those strawberries and blueberries, just so we don't like smush all of the fruit. And you can kind of see with the colors if anything is needed more of. So like you probably saw and noticed, I didn't cut up all my strawberries or put in all of my red onion, just because I didn't want it to be too overloaded of anything. And there you have it. And now you want to let it sit for a little bit in the fridge, at least 20 minutes before enjoying. You might want to add a little bit more lime or salt or anything like that. But yeah, that is how you make this 4th of July salsa. Our next 4th of July recipe is going to be some fun chocolate covered strawberries, as well as some chocolate dipped waffle cones with some 4th of July sprinkles and fun stuff like that. And these are super easy and really delicious, so let's get right into it. So again, we have some strawberries, but we also have some candy melts, which are the white vanilla flavor, just because obviously 4th of July we want the red, white, and blue. I also got some sparkle gel, some different kinds of red and blue sprinkles, as well as these sugar cones. First, we need to start out by melting these candies, and these you have to be super careful with, so I'm only going to do 1 bag at a time. I also don't even know if I will need the second bag. But opening them up, and it says to microwave in a microwave-safe bowl in 30-second increments, as well as at 50%. So that is what we're going to do. So that was 30 seconds, and it doesn't really look like it touched them. So we are going to put them back in. And now you can see they're definitely starting to melt, but you really have to watch them and be super careful because it really stinks to burn a whole bowl of these. And then they get all weird and don't dip right. So just gotta be cautious of that and really follow the 30 seconds at a time rule. And when it gets closer, just like shorten that and everything. And continuously stirring them between each of the 30 seconds will also help them to melt each other as well as to not burn. And I'm actually stirring it with a fork just because I think it makes it easier to move them, but it really doesn't make a difference. But I think honestly, another 30 seconds and this might be good. Yep, and that was pretty much all it took. You can still see there are some chunks, but they are melting as you mix it around. So if anything, I might throw this back in for 10 seconds, but it really looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to take out some trays so we can start plating them as we do them. And actually, since it's going to be messy, I think I'm just going to use some plates and not make it too cute right off the bat. And we can get started with our strawberries. And there are the strawberries. So I'm going to set those off for a second while I dip my waffle cones with those. Just look absolutely delicious. So now for our sugar cone, then I do have the sprinkles out in a bowl because we do need to put those on when they're wet. But I'm excited to get started, so let's do it. You can do this in any way that you prefer to get a nice edge on there. Maybe even grab your utensil to make that as flat as possible. And just shaking on those sprinkles, and like I said, I have the bowl here just so I wouldn't make a mess. But look how cute that is, just like at the ice cream shop. And for these littler sprinkles, I want to alternate just so there's enough room for each color to stick. And here are our cones. Adorable. So here are our completed cones and they look super yummy and I'm really excited to have one of them. But they were really easy to make as you saw and definitely look absolutely delicious. But now we are going to do some of this fun sparkly gel for our strawberries and I have it in red and blue. And they are a little stuck. Tip, note to self, I should have put down parchment paper, which I do have and forgot to use. So that's going to make this process a little bit more difficult. So here are our strawberries and they came out really cute. And as you can see, they were really easy to make. So it's definitely easier to use the sprinkles than to write on them, but still they came out so adorable. So I'm really excited to eat some of these. Lastly, I'm going to be showing you how I made my 4th of July flower arrangements, which I did already show you in another video how to make the flower arrangements in general. But in this one, I'm going to be switching all of those flowers to 4th of July ones. So if you did not see that video and are interested in a more in-depth look, check it out. But otherwise, we are going to get right into making those 4th of July flower arrangements. So here is everything that you will need to make these. So first step is we are going to pour in these pearls and stuff into the bottom of the vase because that is what's going to hold them, and also they are just really, really pretty. And then next we are going to take our flowers and kind of measure them to the height of the vase to see how high we want them and how much we need to cut off. So we are going to just kind of eyeball it for that first one so we can see if that is the right height. And then if it is, we can use it to cut all the rest of the flowers to the same exact length. So that one looks pretty good. So also make sure to not cut them all the exact same length. Some of them just a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. Just so when they are in the vase, there's kind of a variety. But you are just going to keep repeating this process until all of your flowers are cut. And then once they are, you can place them in your vase however you want. And I always say this is based on preference. So really just whatever you think looks good. And if you want to use them all or not, or add in some other ones, if you got many different kinds of flowers, just however you want it to look and make it your own. They always turn out really, really beautiful. So here is the new beautiful flower arrangement that we just made. I really love it, but also before I made that one, following the same procedure, I made this cute little one for my coffee table. So you've probably seen it the same way with the pink flowers, but now it has these really pretty 4th of July colored ones. And since it has the silver in the petals, I love that they have the silver rocks in the bottom. But then also I have one more. This one was even easier to make because since the vase is enclosed, I did not need any beads or anything for the bottom. And these flowers were actually the exact length, so they did not even need to be cut. But like I said, all of these are from Michael's, and they have a really great selection, but I'm sure your local craft store does as well. But these flower arrangements really just add to the festivity of your 4th of July party. And they're a great gift for the host if you're not hosting. So that is it for these ideas for entertaining at home for this 4th of July. I hope they were really helpful for you guys, and I hope your friends and family that you spend the holiday with really enjoy them as well. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any more of my videos like this one. But that is it for this 4th of July entertaining ideas video, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.